Welcome back to Shaman King 2021 Anime Review, episode number 52. This will be the final episode of this series. Episode 52, which is known as Shaman King God End. Now, I should point out though, I'm going to do a follow-up video because there's going to be an announcement and my final thoughts on the series. Now, as in the case of the episode itself, this episode deals from pretty much the final two chapters of the manga, chapters 299 and 300. Simple, you have the five guys. You have Yo, Ren, Hiroho, Chocolove, and Liza protecting Ho. And a pretty good battle. It lasts for quite a while. At one point, going kind of looked like going to space, having a sun destroyed for almost like a black hole. And think all is over with, and all of a sudden we hear a train show up. Yes, a train. And it's Manta. Yeah, he's here. Along with pretty much every single character who popped up in the series who's a named character. The Patch Tribe is here. Like, everybody. Liza's parents. Chocolate's parents. I believe this is the first time they actually seen the series. The two little kids. Their father's here. I know what happened with the mother. Do not know how the mother never say. Like, everybody's here. And of course, the whole black hole thing is getting bigger. And of course, the X-Laws are here. Yes, all the X-Laws are here. At one point, to stop the black hole, Orca decided to sacrifice herself to basically fly right into the black hole to blow it up. And it looked like everything is about to fail. And then, of course, Hana shows up. And says, well, there is one thing left to do with you. Of course, we have appearance by a character who was no acquaintance of Ho, who apparently that Yo had seen once before. And I don't remember seeing this guy before. I think his name is Matao, I think his name is. I think that's his name. He's a white cat. Now, the other one, the one who that Yo basically brought up in a flashback, yeah, he says he's not here. He's there in passing, per se, but he's not here in this thing. So, the only way to stop Ho from doing what he's doing, so Anna does something he's been wanting to do for 1,000 years. Bring the soul of his mother to him. Yep, that's what they started making in the series. By having him reunite with his mom. No, seriously, that is how he's beaten. So that he gets slapped by her, and he's like, and of course Yo's like, oh, the phantom slap, like, yeah, he knows that, and it's just by sheer coincidence that Anna looks exactly like her. Anybody thinking like, no wonder why Ho was so interested in her sexually, because she looks like his mother. Yes, and apparently that calmed him down. Basically, he will love people. And when his mother showed, they actually have flashback to the future, which, by the way, the manga did the same thing too. We have flashback 7 years later, where we see Hana. You're probably thinking, who the heck is Hana? Yo and Anna's son. And he's here with Ryu, who is kind of like a surrogate uncle. And he's like, man, what's taking him so long? And then Hiroho shows up. He's like, oh, you're the little Hana I've been hearing about. And and then we see, get this, like, excuse me, then we see Chocolate and Lisenberg show up here, excuse me, where apparently they're all grown up, and of course Chocolate has put on more weight since he was a kid. Yeah, he looks like a chubby guy. Also, they mentioned he was in prison. Yeah, the reason why he went to prison was because what happened with those two little kids who are basically that Mickey was asked to take care of. He killed their father about a few years prior to events of the series. And he was atoning for that, and plus other crimes he committed. And apparently was broken out due to apparently good behavior. Now I'm thinking apparently when he was in prison, apparently he wears a tracksuit now. And also apparently put on some weight. A lot more weight than he was kind of chubby when he was a kid. Because he was kind of chunky, and here he's like a lot bigger. And then and then apparently we see a horse and a carriage, a black carriage, mind you. And then we see Europe, but first thing you see pop up is a baby. And you're thinking, a baby? His name is Min. And then we see Red, like, oh my gosh, he grown up to be such a tall guy. Where he's got spiky hair and long hair almost down to his rear end. And he's like, this is Min, my son. And then the guys go out to a diner. And of course, Lysbert, because he's a detective, figures out who the kid's mom is. Iron Maiden Janie. Yep, that's the mom. Yeah, it's explained in a later book that how they basically reunited was years later in Europe. And they kind of fell in love and they got married and had kids together. Currently, in one of the books, she's no longer alive. Yes, Iron Maiden Janie is no longer alive currently in the post-series of Shaman King. Yeah, she's no longer alive. She got killed by assassins. Yes, Iron Maiden Janie got killed by assassins. Now, as what she looks like, I mean, when she was young, she was very beautiful for a little girl. And it's something, though, that Ren, who had no interest in her as a kid, and apparently this is the woman he marries. Iron Maiden Janie. A woman who basically is topless every time she decided to be Iron Maiden. And of course, Ryu gets a call from Yo of why they're late. Apparently they got lost in the airport because apparently that Yo and Honor are celebrities. And then they have to eat, they go by the thing. And of course they flashback to what happened I mentioned. Me. And then of course basically then Yo and Anna finally show up. And the first thing Hana does, it's like, Daddy, Mommy, welcome kick. He kicks him right in the freaking groin. And he's like, oh. And apparently Mickey passed away after this series at some point. Yeah, he passed away. I'm like, okay, so apparently he passed away. What happened to Yo's mom is a complete mystery because they show a picture of Mickey implying, yeah, he's no longer alive, but as for in the case of Yo's mom, never revealed. And apparently they have a party, it's good, and then we have another guest show up. It's Manta, and he is exactly, almost the same exact height that he was 7 years prior. And apparently he's studying abroad in the U.S. about shaman kings and how they work in modern economy. Okay, interesting at best. Oh yeah, the manga they mentioned, he grew 1 centimeter in 7 years. He's still short. And the thing ends with basically Ren and Hiroho fighting, which I found to be so hilarious. By the way, one of the guests they brought back, the freaking bear Apollo. Yes, who got killed by hunters. Yes, Apollo got killed by hunters. Yes, and the weird thing is, when they show all the characters, I don't remember them showing the ranger from that particular mini arc. When Hiroho got separated from the guys, you see, he ran into a beautiful female ranger who was an old acquaintance of Apollo. And then apparently, after Apollo died, she apparently, I don't know if she quit her job as a park ranger. Do not know why she didn't show up there. They brought back the Native American who was basically part of the Patch tribe, who was separated from them, who was actually the first character was killed off by Ho in present day. She came back, but not her for some reason. I thought that was kind of weird. I even like Hiroho's basically reaction to Apollo. I thought it was quite hilarious. And the fact the bear was holding a beer. Yes, I found it to be so hilarious, to say the least. But it was great to see all these characters again for this one last episode. But yeah, overall, great episode. And by the way, the last thing we see before the credits is we see Ho in a Komodo. And he's watching over the world. Apparently the world's gotten worse since the actual fight. Yeah. So that's the final episode for you. It's a good episode. Great finale for the series. And the very next video is going to be my final thoughts on the series. And an announcement. Yes, an announcement. Okay, next video. Bye.